Good evening, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. First, the headline. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos greets His Excellency the President of Turkey on him be re-elected for another presidential term. As per royal orders, state and shura councils hold a joint session to discuss mineral wealth law. And Supreme Council for Planning directs to give priority to basic services affected by climate conditions in the governorate of Dhofar and Al-Wusta. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan, President of Turkey, on him be re-elected for another presidential term. His Majesty the Sultan sends a cabal of greetings to His Excellency Harry Rajaonarimampianina Nina, President of Madagascar, on his country's Independence Day anniversary. The State and Shura Councils held today the first joint sessions at the third annual sitting of the sixth term under the chair of His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz al-Mandhari, Chairman of the State Council, in the presence of His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Mawali, Chairman of the Shura Council. During the joint sessions, the mineral law was discussed and the articles on which there is a difference were finalized. The joint sessions was held as per royal orders of His Majesty the Sultan to discuss the differences between the two councils and then vote on the draft law in the same meeting. The decisions shall be adopted by absolute majority of the members present, and in all cases the chairman of the State Council shall submit the draft to His Majesty the Sultan along with the opinion of the two councils. The Supreme Council for Planning directed to give priority for reconnect basic services as matter of urgency for areas affected by latest climate conditions in the governorate of Dhofar and Al-Wusta. This came in the second meeting of the Council this year, where it reviewed the report of experts team assigned by the Secretariat General of the Council for effects of exceptional climate conditions in both governorates. The Council stressed inclusions the result of concerned experts' reports related to dams, roads and other services in the National Strategy for Urban Development, in addition to leaving enough spaces of wadis, tributaries and beaches within updates of strategy project. From the other side, the Council reviewed the report of Omani economy performance, which pointed to continuation of improving the national economy comparing to 2015 and 2016. The Council reviewed progress of implementing development projects within the 9th 5 years plan, and new projects should be implemented in the coming 2 years. The Council also discussed the detailed study for the project of Special Economy Zone in the governorate of Dhahira, which will enhance trading exchange and increasing economy and development activity in the governorate. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masoud al-Sinedi, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Vice President of the Supreme Council for Planning. With a cost of 25 million Omani Riyals and cash flow of up to 200 million, the Public Authority for Mining and Al Haditha Resources unveiled copper mining project in the Wilaya of Mudhebi under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Hilal Al-Busaidi, Chief Executive Officer of Public Authority for Mining. I was present at the event, and here is a report. As a result of continuous efforts of the authority to develop the mining sector in the Sultanate, diversify the sources of income, optimize the investments of the mining sector and increase its added value, the Public Authority for Mining, in a special ceremony this morning, revealed the copper mining project in the Wilayat of Al-Mudhebi, with the total cost of the project estimated at about 25 million Omani Riyals, with a cash flow of up to 200 million Omani Riyals for 10 years, which is the lifespan of the projects that can be further extended.
I'm very happy to open up this project. It is very important project in different folds. The first fold is its benefits to the economy of Oman in general, and the second is that it will rebuild again the mining activities for the copper itself after a stoppage of more than 14 years. The overall benefits, I think it's not only in the mining associated activities, but also the other activities. We believe that the investment of more than 25 million in this project by Al Haditha and a return of more than 200 million riyal is big enough to kick off the mining activities for the copper in Oman.
The integrated copper mining project in the Wilaya of Mudebi was launched with an area of 39 square kilometers. The project has undergone a number of basic stages before reaching the starting point.
Formally, that we've received a mining license from the Public Authority of Mining to mine a 10 million tonne JORC reserve in the Wadi Andam area. The project is going to include construction of a copper concentration plant, which will process 1 million tonnes of ore per year and 30,000 tonnes of copper concentrate. The benefits of the project for the country are going to be employment opportunities, training opportunities. There's going to be other community benefits through the construction of a water treatment plant. And we see this as just the first of a number of copper projects.
In addition to the corporate social responsibility that encouraged the company to develop and support the local community along with the small and medium enterprises based on the mining law, the project will help to provide more than 100 job opportunities for Omanis in addition to the indirect job opportunities. Alhamdulillah, Oman is blessed with a lot of resources. Public Authority for Electricity and Water, JAM, organized a workshop on the outcomes of the energy labs. A number of experts from public and private sectors as well as companies working in energy field took part in the workshop. It focused on the initiatives and projects in this field that centered around electricity, alternative energy resources, natural gas management and governance of energy sector. It's worth mentioning that 17 projects for alternative energy that will contribute by 11% in electricity generation in the Sultanate by 2023 were the outcomes of the energy labs. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin. The Ministry of Tourism launches a promotional campaign for the Kharif season in the Governorate of Dhofar. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. الطائر المحكي program concluded yesterday after a strong competition between the contestants for a period of a month. The event was presided over by His Excellency Abdul Aziz bin Mohammed Al Rawas, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al Rahbi has more details in this report.
الطائر المحكي program presented skillful and talented Omani youth who shine throughout the series of the program in areas that varied between poetry, inshad or Islamic chanting and other skills. This program began 3 months ago in the search for young talents from different parts of the Sultanate to open the floor for them to exhibit their skills.
لحظة من العمر والله ما نخليها.
We have a lot of talents here in Oman and a lot of Islamic singers and they are happy to have a program like this, like academic or something like support talent. They are near the beaches, near the roads. They are making their talents. This program makes a spotlight for them and supporting them.
Salim bin Sultan al-Balushi won the first place in the poetry category, while Hazza bin Muhammad al-Abri won the second place, and Salim bin Ahmed al-Barami came third in this category.
This competition has added to Hazza so many, and his skills is improved, and now he's ready to compete in the local competition or the Gulf competition.
In the field of Inshad or Islamic chanting, Abdul Aziz bin Hussein al-Jabri won the first place, while Hassan bin Ja'far al-Ajmi won the second place, and Rashad bin Surur al-Badri came third in this category.
Say I'm very happy to get the second place in this program, and I'm really so happy. All programs when I share with it, I get a lot of experience about how can I sing and about the different part about the singing. So in this program I get something good to me in the future, inshallah.
In addition, an honorary award was given to Abdul Malik bin Abdullah al-Kindi for the category of presenting, and the second honorary award was given to Oman's skate team. الطائر المحكي is the first of its kind television program that sheds light on various talents of different age groups in Oman and fulfills their aspirations and goals. This program is an ideal platform to support the Omani youth, discover their talents, and enhance the national identity among them. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Salih Mukhalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The future is very promising when you see those old talents. His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Saud bin Harb al-Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defense Affairs, received His Excellency Mitsugu Saito, Ambassador of Japan, to the Sultanate. During the meeting, His Excellency the Minister responsible for Defense Affairs received a message including an official invitation to visit Japan. His Excellency expressed his thanks for the invitation. The meeting focused on bilateral relations between the two countries and ways to enhance them. Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, received Brigadier General Awang Khairul Hamid bin Awang Haji Lampo, Commander of Royal Land Force of Brunei Darussalam. The meeting exchanged viewpoints and discussed a number of matters of common concern between the two friendly countries. Chief of Staff of Sultan's Armed Forces receives Commander of Royal Land Force of Brunei Darussalam. Major General Matar bin Salim al-Balushi, Commander of the Royal Army of Oman, also received the Commander of Royal Land Force of Brunei Darussalam and his accompanying delegation. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and points of views in military matters, as well as discussed aspects of cooperation between both countries. The Commander of Royal Land Force of Brunei Darussalam and his accompanying delegation visited Sultan Armed Forces SAF Museum. The guest viewed the historic manuscripts and models, as well as the Omani architecture in the Beit el-Falaj Castle. He was also briefed on the progress enjoyed by SAF during the prosperous reign of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. Public Administration Institute held its second meeting this year. The meeting reviewed performance indicators of during the first half of the training year. The number of implemented programs until the end of last May reached 63 programs, where the number of participants reached 1,356 from various administration units in the state. The meeting also discussed efforts exerted to develop work in the institute and achieve stages in addition to targeted completion in this year from projects related to the Institute Strategy 2020. In recognition of efforts exerted by sailors in supporting international economy and risks they face at sea, the Sultanate, represented by the Minister of Transport and Communication, celebrates with various member countries at International Maritime Organization the World Sailor Day, which falls on the 25th of June every year. The Sultanate celebrated this occasion for the 5th consecutive year. During the celebration, a number of excelled sailors from various private and government institutions were honored. During the event, a memorandum of understanding between the Ministry of Transport and Communications and the International Maritime College was signed to train some students in the maritime field. The Sultanate, represented in the Ministry of Environment and Climate Affairs, celebrated the World Day to combat desertification, which falls on the 17th of June every year. The celebrations of this year comes under the theme "Land has true value" to show the importance of unifying world efforts in this matter. The ministry, in cooperation with Sultan Qaboos University, is getting ready to implement projects of mapping and monitoring land degradation in the Sultanate, and which planned its implementation in governorates of Dhofar, South Sharqiya and Niaba of Jabal al-Akhdar in the governorate of Dakhiliya. The ministry organizes events and awareness activities for the citizens to combat this certifications program in all governorates of the Sultanate. Summer programs considered as an atmosphere for benefiting from youth's energies in summer breaks. The Ministry of Education, in cooperation with Oman Oil Company for Exploration and Production, organized a summer program entitled Oil and Gas from Exploration Stage until Production Stage. 135 male and female students from the Governorate of Muscat and Dakhiliya from grades 9 and 10 participated in this program. The Ministry of Tourism launched a promotional campaign for the Kharif season in the Governorate of Dhofar through various media means and social media networks. The campaign aims to attract tourists from inside and outside the Sultanate and acquaint them with the touristic destinations, hotels, establishments, activities and programs during the Kharif season. The promotional campaigns in line with the tourism development as the hotel establishments in the Governorate reached 32, including more than 3,500 rooms. The Governorate also witnessed a growth in the commercial centers and other economic sectors, including Salalah Airport. And now let's go all the way to Paris in France. Typical Parisian bistros and cafes could join the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List in 2020 after an association of owners, actors and other individuals launched a campaign to grant these establishments protected status. Here is a report.
Typical Parisian bistros and cafes could join the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List in 2020 after an association of owners, actors and other individuals launched a campaign to grant these establishments protected status.
Owners will be able to pass it down to their children or their employees much more easily because they will be pride in the fact that their establishment, and this is quite rare, is recognized by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage.
These sites, usually set along the pavements of the French capital, have come to symbolize the strength and defiance of Parisians and their joy of life after the November 2015 attacks that left 130 people dead, several of which were gunned down at such bistros and cafes. For many tourists and French citizens, these Paris venues have always been an emblematic part of the city. According to Alain Fontaine, bistro owner and founder of the association, bistros are also losing the battle against fast food and other more profitable restaurants.
Tourists will know where to go in Paris. If they want to go to a gastronomic restaurant, they will go to one. If they want to go to a sandwich or fast food place, they will go. And if they want to meet the people of Paris through its restaurants, there will be a label. We will be in the guide. There will be signs on the windows reading this establishment is recognized as Intangible World Heritage by UNESCO.
Bistros made up to 50% of Parisian restaurants 30 years ago, while they only represent 14% today, according to Fontaine. UNESCO recognition would help boost and perpetuate the bistro tradition by adding prestige to the establishments and identifying them clearly for tourists in guidebooks and on front windows. A final version of the dossier will be submitted to the French Ministry of Culture in December 2018, where it will be examined for potential submission to UNESCO. Paris City Hall and several prominent French personalities support the initiative.
And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the governorate of South Sharqiya, Dhafar and Al-Wusta. Winds will be northwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. More details on the screen. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos greets His Excellency the President of Turkey on him be re-elected for another presidential term. As per Royal Order, State and Shura Councils hold joint sessions to discuss mineral wealth law. And Supreme Council for Planning directs to give priority to basic services affected by climate conditions in the governorate of Dhafar and Al-Wusta. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin. From me, Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai, together with Hamid bin Salim al-Hadri, and the chief editor, Abdul Latif Al-Balushi. With the entire news team, we thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and good night.